Hello everyone. So today we are going to work on how to save audio settings. Now here you see I had already set it to 0. So let me increase that, maybe everything to 50 or something like this, and apply. Now things are saved. So let me stop the game and play again. Now here you see the settings are back. The saved settings are restored in the menu, and also the changes are applied. So yeah, that's what we are going to work on today: how to save and load audio settings. And here we are going to use the user settings subsystem we created yesterday. And before we get started, let me remind you that you can download the project files of this project and all other thousands of projects I have done in my channel from the Patreon page. Once you become a member, you can access everything without any limits. So here is the full playlist of this series. Everything is explained and implemented from scratch. Feel free to follow these episodes and you can implement everything by yourself. So yeah, now let's get to today's episode. Alright, so let me first open my audio options. This is where I want to start using the system that we created yesterday. This one, user settings subsystem. So here we created this save audio settings. Now here I have this sound configs data table. Let me open that. Yeah. So basically what this contains is all the sound classes and the default volumes and the sound class name. So that is one thing I need to have, but I might have other things as well that I need to save and load. So to define all of them, maybe I should create a structure. We already have this sound settings, but this only contains the same thing. This is the structure for this data table. I think I should rename this into sound class data. That might be more suitable. Did it break anything? No. Good. Then let's create a new structure. Blueprint structure S audio settings, and this should contain all the volume data plus everything else. But right now I would have all volume. I have only volume data. So here I'm planning to save the volume using this name of the slider. So I'll change this to type name and then a map, and this to a float. Volume data. Okay, save. Now here I have this save audio settings. I'll add a parameter, input parameter as audio settings. Let's call it audio settings. Okay, now here we need to pass this, so let's make audio settings, and all I need right now is the volume data, which I can access like this. Let me promote this to a local variable, volume data, and then here we have a map. So let's run a for each loop. This is to retrieve all the volume levels. Map value is slider. So get current. How do I get the value? I don't remember. Let's check. Slider. Do we have something like get value? Yeah, we do. Nice. Get value. We can get the value from that and volume data. At here we need to pass the name, which is this key, and the value, which is this. And then here we are passing the volume data variable into this structure. Okay, that's all for this part. I mean, not the episode. That's all we need to do here. Now in the subsystem, we can implement a system to save this into maybe a save file. So for that, first we need a save game file, save game class. And where should we implement that? Here, let's create a new save game folder, and let's create a save game class. I'll call it SG user settings. SG user settings. Now here let's add a variable as audio settings. I'll change the type to S audio settings. Okay. Later on we will need to add other variables for all kinds of settings, but right now we only need audio settings. Okay, close it. Now here let's add a function get save game file, and I'll make it a PO class, PO function, and this should return a save game file. But before that, here let's create a variable SG settings for save games. This, let me change the type to SG user settings. Oh, I'll add user as well. User settings. Now here we can check if we already have a valid class. Now if not, maybe I should rename this instead of get load save game file. So if we don't have a valid class, first thing we can try is load game from slot. I think we need to check this. Yes, save game exists, yeah. So we can check that. Here, I'll remove this to a variable. 13's save slot. Just call it user settings. And I'll use the user index 0. And we need, if this is true, we can load it. If this is true. If it is false, we can create one. So create save game object using this class. Should I promote this to a variable? Yeah, maybe. SG user settings class, and variable type is save game. It's already selected. Oh no, it's not. SG user settings. Alright, now here, hold on a second. This is save game. Yeah, okay. We can cast this to SG user settings because this returns a regular save game object, and then we can set it here. So like this, and then return it. Okay, now here, if this does not exist, we need to do the same. We need to take the same route, and here we can again set this. Oh, here also we need to cast because this returns a save game object. And return it. Okay. Oh, hold on a second. So we should create it only in this case. If it is valid, then we don't need to either create or load. We can just return it. That would mean just this. Yeah. So this is the way it should be. If we already have a valid save game object, then we don't need to do anything. We can just return it. Alright, now that's all we need here. So in here, now we need to load save game file and set audio settings. And then we need a function to save settings. So let's set another function, save settings. Let's call this load settings instead of load save game settings. Load settings save game file. That's too long. Load settings and save settings. Now here maybe we should pass this as a parameter. Or is it necessary? Not really, no, because you are using the same variable. So save game to slot, and this is the variable, and this is the slot name. Okay, let's set a print just to see what this says. Append settings saved and print whatever it returns here. Hopefully it will be a true. That would mean it's correct. I'll increase the time so we have time to read. Now here I'll call save settings. Okay, and we are already calling this from here, save audio settings. So yeah, now let's see if it works. Let me save everything in case we get some crash. Audio 40 apply, settings saved, true. Okay, so it's working, but we are not still loading. If I go to the audio, you see it's still 100, already 100. Now the next part is how to restore those things. For that we can go here. Where do we initialize volume sliders? Right here. Here we should get the saved values if we have any. So we can get save, no, get user settings, pp game CLM user settings subsystem, and from this we can get load settings, and here audio settings, get audio settings, and break this volume data. I promote this to a local variable, and let's call it volume data. Oh, we already have a variable. We already have a variable. It works. Okay. Right. Now, when we create this slider, we can, at the end, we have the name here. Maybe let's add a sequence. That would make things clean. And then set value. Oh, we don't have a way to set the value. Let's fix that. Widget, sub-widget, slider. Let's need to set the value. Oh, update slider. Oh, that's the name. Okay. So we just need to pass the value here. Call update slider. And here we need to pass the value. And value can be found from here. Find. And we have a name. So if we have we can find something, then we can set this. Let's add a comment. Load audio volumes. And let's test. Yeah, see? We have the values. Just to test it, let me set this to 100, apply, and stop the game. The game is stopped. If I play again, it's not working. Okay. Did I forget to press apply? Maybe. Let's see again. So set this to 0, this to everything like this. Maybe bottom to 0. Overall is 100. Press apply. Yeah, setting saved is true. Stop and play again. Yep. Hold on a second. I don't remember what I had here. Let me set this to 0 again. 100, 0, 0, 0. That's what I had. Something is wrong. Now, what's the issue that you're having here? Okay, I found where the problem is. This is the problem. Here, even though when I call this update slider, which basically updates the slider, this material and this number, but I'm not actually setting the value of this slider itself. So what I should do is set value here. This. Okay. Compile. Now it should work. I was testing. Now let me set first 2 to 100, next 2 to 0, apply and stop, playback. Yeah, see, it's working. Everything to 0, apply. You see, it's all good. Okay, so that's all I want to do in this episode. Saving and loading, now working. I didn't save this audio device though. Should I save it? I'm not sure, because this audio device you can plug in and disconnect headphones, things like that can happen, so I'm not, but still the output would be there, so I'm kind of not sure whether should I save this or not, the audio device, so I'm gonna leave that for now. Also, I think the current active device is automatically restored when you start playing the game, so having that is also better. So yeah, let's think about it in a future episode if it requires any attention, but for now let's just leave that. So thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available for download here in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.